Right, Tankers, it's Mad, how's it going? And welcome back and welcome to another replay from me. This time we're out in the tier 10 Russian tank destroyer, the Object 268. One of two tier 10s, I don't have the other one yet. I'm looking forward to getting it though. And this one, I love it. It's one of my favourite tier 10s. So why is that? Well, I'm not a big fan of non-turreted TDs, and this is one of the worst for one of the worst reasons that I don't like them, the gun arcs. Pretty sure the gun arc on this is worse than its predecessor, the 704. But what is better than the 704 is its boomstick. It's still 152mm. Any of you guys that have used the BL10, you'll know it's a bit derpy. It doesn't always behave. Whereas the gun on this thing, it's accurate. You get an extra 100 alpha damage. There we go. Yep. Alpha goes up from 750 to 850 average for no increase in barrel size. My only real criticism though, other than the gun arc, is the round velocity. The rounds don't go very fast, so if you try and play other tanks and then jump into this, you find yourself not given enough lead to shots. But once you get used to it, the wicked pen you get with the standard rounds, yeah, you rarely don't pen something. Only if you don't aim your shot properly, or the rare occasion where RNG is not good on this tank. It is accurate, but you always seem to have to let these things fully aim. Same with the Jagdpanzer E100. That's accurate as well. But if you don't let it fully aim, RNG seems to turn itself up. I know I'm sounding kind of contradicting myself by saying I'm not fully aiming. You know what I mean? Sometimes in other tanks you can just roughly aim at someone and fire, like medium tanks, whereas with TDs, especially these ones, you have to let it aim. Yeah, so a bit of a strange one. It's kind of a mixed bag, but I do think the positives really do outweigh the negatives on this tank. Look at that. Boom! Over half his hit points gone, and he's only a tier lower. This thing is evil. Well, I'm trying to scope a shot.
Reloaded.
I think he's still alive. He's still there somewhere. He's just not going to poke when he appears back there. And I have a quick snap at it, and he jinxed me, and that doesn't hit. And no kill there, but never mind. What else can I get up to? Anyway, so why am I here on the map? Well, the best thing about 268 is its camo value. Even when you're a couple hundred meters away from enemies, you can expect to be fairly stealthy. But at the start of this game, a lot of our heavies didn't go to the normal heavy route. I could have gone over there and supported them, but with no turret and sort of average frontal armour, it would have been an easy target. But by coming up here, I did create a little bit of a lemming train. A lot of the heavies, I don't know, I do find a lot of lower tier players, they will just see the first top tier tank and where it goes and think that's a good idea. But that meant our guys over on the eastern flank there, they basically got rolled over. And all of the enemy's tier 10s coming round from that flank, so I'm trying to get into a position where I can help. There's a nice 7, I go blind, so I have a quick snap at it. No hit. Anyway, still on full health. I've got a few lights and a few mediums to deal with, and hopefully we can get them dealt with before all of those dudes get in. Trouble is though, you can see from the map now, the sort of people I've got left are the ones that just went to the nearest campy spot and stayed there. So this is pretty much all but over anyway, so just see what I can get out of this game. There we go, look at that. More than half of a tier 8 heavy tank's hit points gone in one shot. Don't know if some of you guys will remember, the only other 268 replay I put up on the channel was an 8k defeat. And you've probably already seen from the thumbnail, this is a 7.9k defeat. Not quite as good, but it's just my luck, eh? Whatever I do, look at that. Accuracy on a Russian gun, hey? Wicked. Yeah. If you've got 5 good players on your team, you can win. If you've got 3 good players on your team, you can win in most circumstances, as long as you work together. But in my case, when we see the results in a minute, I've only had one other... Well, you can't discount people that just had bad luck, or they made an aggressive play and it didn't quite work. But from the results screen at the end, we're going to see that I only had one player on my team that had anything about him really. So this was pretty much always going to be a defeat. And on the enemy's team, even some of their tier 9s were, well, one of their tier 9s was top damage dealer on the enemy team, so that's the sort of team they had. That's why it was so easy for them. Right, watch this. I queue one up, he tries to get past, he thinks it's a bad idea, and he pauses, and poor little light tank's dead. Killed by a non-turret TD. Shameful display. Yeah, the mobility on this thing puts some of the other tanks to shame, especially the Jagdpanzer. This thing's like a Mini Cooper compared to the Jagdpanzer. Yeah, and the Jagdpanzer's more of like a limousine type Bentley Continental GT or something like that. Well no, that's actually quite a fast car, isn't it? Yeah, I'm talking a load of rubbish. Right, here we go. Watch this gun. Tier 10 Russian heavy, straight through his lower plate. Artillery puts a hit in, a back up, and he misses! The artillery finishes him off. Oh, this... Well, I was going to say you could still... There's a chance of doing this, but... There's a lot of full health tanks turning up, and I've only got one friend to look after me. The T-54 driver I put a shot into earlier, he knows how to not get hit anymore. So he's going to appear soon. And once he is behind me, that's all I can do really when I'm out in the open like this. Here we go, look. Tier 9 and 10 heavies, the tier 10's on full health. Luckily, he donks his shot there, so I'm going to get one into him. Taking fire from behind. There's that T-54. I could have side-slipped him to kill him, but I've got an E-100 to my front and an E-75. And the E-100 takes me down. Right, there we go. 11 pens with an 850 alpha damage gun. Some of those were kill shots though, so we'll have a look at the results in a minute. So we got tier 10 Batjet Arty left. He could get a collar banos here, ideally, in his tank. But he's not going to, so I'm just going to fast forward. Well, it's the last guy left then is our Batjet Arty. He did do a little bit of work during this game, so can't be too sort of negative about him. Kills the E75. Enemy's Arty misses. He's probably got 3 shots left here. He donks one, E100 comes over, finishes him off. There we go, another defeat in the 268. Kind of my luck these days. So there we go, nice amount of credits, 5 kills and 7,887 damage. High caliber, mastery 1 and 2,200 block, that's not too bad in the tank destroyer. Happy with that. There we go, results there. Our Object 704 on our team had a good game, and other than that, all of our tier 10s were disgusting. Absolutely shameful display from them. I realised they had a lot of other tanks over there, the other side, but if you look from the results on the enemy team there before it disappeared, their top damage dealer was an E75. It's absolutely no... Oh god, you know what I mean. Even though I did nearly 8,000 damage, they had 5 good players on the enemy team who did about 3,000 damage each, so 3 times 5 is 15,000 damage between 5 of them, and me and the 704 did 10,000 damage, and that is the difference between winning and losing. Well, there we go fellas, give the video a like if you did, and I'll catch you tomorrow. See you later.